What the haters talking about?
What's up, family? As promised, as planned, Starbucks on Tuesday closed over 8,000 stores nationwide that affected 175,000 plus employees in order to put them through a nationwide racial bias training program. Teach some of them some manners on how to treat people fairly and equally. How do y'all think that worked out? A lot of people were saying that people were upset about it. It was going up to the door, trying to open the door and like, damn, cursing and all kind of things. And other people just found it quite amusing. I want y'all to check out some of the tweets that people left. Leave your comments and I'll come back with mine. The executive chairman, Howard Schultz, said that he didn't know of any other company in the history of America who had done such a thing. It cost him about $16 million to shut those doors for 4 hours on Tuesday. If you haven't been following the news, the reason Starbucks decided to do this racial bias training is because they had some employees that were at a Philadelphia location who were white that called the police on 2 black men because, well, they asked to use the restroom, and when they were denied, instead of leaving, they sat in Starbucks like people normally do. And so the police came and arrested them. Big deal. International news. Starbucks has to do something because stock prices are going down, people are boycotting. So what did this historical racial bias training program look like? The materials consisted of a 68-page guidebook that resembles a newspaper and an iPad for each group and a private notebook for each employee. The average store consists of roughly 20 employees, each store family broken into groups of 3 to 5 people. As they went through the guidebook, they were given cues to watch a specific video on the iPad, which was then followed by exercises in the personal notebook and group conversations. The ground rules were listen respectfully and speak your truth and honor other people's truth. If conversations got off track, they were encouraged to pause and restart. Conversations about race can induce a feeling that experts call racial anxiety. And when we're anxious, we can't always think clearly, Starbucks president of U.S. Retail Roseanne Williams said in a video. There was also a 1-800 number for employees to call and navigate through challenging moments when they needed additional help. In one exercise, employees were asked to pair up and quickly find the ways they are different from one another. In another instance, employees were asked to reflect in their notebooks the first time you notice your racial identity, notice how your race affected your beauty standards, felt your accent impacted people's perception of your intelligence or competence. I'm assuming all of the employees received a participation award. And I wonder, what did they do to those racist employees that they surely have out of that 175,000 who didn't want to show up? Because you didn't have to go if you didn't want to go. It wasn't mandatory. Interesting. But everybody who did show up got paid. So I can see racists taking advantage of that because they take advantage of Martin Luther King holiday. They're gonna take that day off and get paid. They will do that. But talk about some real change, some real equality, they ain't with that. No way possible. One thing it did do, it gave people a chance to actually try some good coffee. But ain't that a trip how some of the people were tripping because the store was closed? They just hated it. What the hell you mean sensitivity training? You know, why can't people just be racist if they want to be racist? Trying to make the world better and make people treat people fairly. The hell is wrong with people these days? What happened to my America? I have a message for the executive chairman, Howard Schultz. Starbucks is highly overrated. I can think right off the top of my head of at least a couple of dozen places that have better coffee, including my own house. So, Mr. Schultz, do the world a favor and close every single store that you have. No more talk.
What the haters talking about?